right, hi everyone. We're here with a brand new market update and Las Vegas's new slogan.
What happens here?
Wow, that was so cool. Steven Tyler from Aerosmith laying it down. That got me pumped up, and hopefully they will be back soon so I can see them for the first time live in concert. But let's get to the data and let's check out what's happening in this Las Vegas markets report. And I will link that video in the comments below if you want to see the whole thing. But let me know if you think what happens in Vegas, only happens in Vegas, is going to surpass our infamous and famous slogan, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I don't know. That's going to be a hard one to top, but let me know what you think. And now let's dive into the... All right, guys. So we're going to go through this data a little quicker than the last market report, but we're just going to get an idea of where the market is headed. I don't want to be all doom and gloom on this channel. I don't want to be mostly doom with sprinkles of gloom, but I do want you guys to keep you guys informed, let you know what's happening, and I do want to convey that we don't know for sure what's going to happen with the housing market in general, but I want to tell you, if you were in California and you felt the ground shaking, you might want to get under a heavy desk or in a doorway just to be careful and make sure that you know what the fallout is going to be. So if you're buying a house, definitely be careful. Look for those fantastic deals. And a lot of times it's not going to happen on the regular residential home that is in really good condition, that's around the low to medium price, because there still are a lot of buyers looking at those homes and making offers. But time will tell what happens with the market. So we're going to look at our 11 points of data here. And I'm just going to go back to May 5th, if I can find it. Essentially, well, we'll go back to May 1st. As I reported, I think the price was the same on the 5th as it was on the 1st, 369,900. We've dropped only slightly. That's really, really good news. Square footage is virtually identical. It was $180 a square foot. Obviously, that's probably a fraction lower. Still 105 for the days on market. We've still got a 34% price decrease for the homes on the market. So 34% of the homes on the market have decreased their price. Price increases, still 4, that hasn't changed. Relisted. Now this number has creeped up just ever so slightly. It was at 7% last market update we did, and now it's creeped up to 8%. So as we're starting to reopen, it looks like more more sellers are deciding, hey, we want to get our home sold. This is the time. I absolutely agree with that. In the safest possible way. I mean, if you want someone to wear a mask when they come in your house, that is perfectly understandable. The good listing agents will have a box of masks at the door with a sign requesting that anyone entering the house wears those masks. Definitely something I'm doing for my clients. But this is the time. I mean, there's a surge in buyer showings. That was some data that I looked at from Showing Time, which is the place where the lockbox data is collected, and it just shows that it's a spike. It's almost to the level that it was last year at this time. So that's really, really good news. Inventory from the last market report has gone up again, hence those relisted properties make sense. We've got 4,219 homes on the market. Medium rent is coming down a little bit. So probably, again, in response to landlords that are currently looking for tenants, they're probably looking for quality over the amount, purely based on the amount of money the tenant is willing to spend. Not surprising. The most expensive house, $18 million, still the top most expensive house. That'll probably stand for some time, I would think. Least expensive. This actually has gone up substantially. So interesting that the very low end of the market, you had a house that was listed for $79,900, and now you've got the lowest price home at $116,899. I hate the pricing, by the way. It really probably should just be listed at $120, because on the online portals, if you do this and someone's looking from $120 to $300, you're going to miss that whole tier of buyers. And I understand that this is the way the title company is given the data, but I see this type of listing number all the time on people's home prices, and it's absolutely not the best thing for the seller, in my opinion, with all the research I've done in today's online shopping environment. But that's another story, or another conversation for another time. Market Action Index. Again, very exciting. It has dropped just a little bit from May 5th, when we did the last market update, or May 1st, and it has dropped 1 point. So it is decreasing slightly, but still, under this current circumstances, that's fantastic. That it's only dropped 1 point. Hopefully that stays consistent. But we do see the market shifting from a very, very strong and skewed seller's market to where buyers are able to dictate more of their terms that they're looking for. And we'll see how far that shifts in the future. All right, so now we're going to take a look at another zip code just to change it up, just to let you know that every zip code is unique. And if you want information about your specific zip code or specific type of home, condo, townhome, high-rise, let me know. But right now we're going to take a look at 89119, and we can see the price is substantially less. So in our general Las Vegas zip code, we said the price was $368,888. Probably a very exciting number for our Chinese viewers. I know they love eights, but anyway, but in this zip code, the price is substantially down. Price per square footage is $5 per square foot higher. Days on market is substantially less, and that probably has to do with the median price and the zip code being less. These less expensive homes tend to go very, very quickly. Very affordable for most Las Vegas families still, if you're working, of course. But the least expensive home in this zip code is actually quite a bit more than Las Vegas in general. Not surprising, just because it's one zip code. And even though the median price is substantially less. But the main thing I want you to see here is that the market action index is 61. So your zip code, obviously is going to have its own specific market action index. This still is down from 63 to 61. So it's still pushing more to a buyer's market. Still in seller territory right now. But we are shifting. So now let's take a look at some data from the GLVR and see what's happening year over. And we're going to look at all price ranges, single family homes only in Las Vegas, and previously owned homes. No new construction, no condos, no townhomes, no manufactured homes. We're just trying to keep it straightforward just to get a handle on what's happening in the market. I'm pretty much always going to keep it single family homes, Las Vegas, just so when you're watching these videos, you have a point of reference from the week before. But right now, the way I have this data arranged, we have it 1 year. So right here, we can see the average price is still up 5.2% for the year. And we also have month-to-month data. So in March, the average home price in Las Vegas was $363,671. Now it's $354,663. And if we go back to March of last year, we were at $346,354. So still up year over year, which is, fantastic. We'll see what continues to happen. Let's look at new listings. New listings have fallen. This is probably good for pricing in Las Vegas. If everybody wants to stay, then supply and demand, if there's more buyers in the market, then obviously prices will stabilize or possibly go up. But we are down 42.6% year over year. And from March 20th, we went from 2,461 to 1,617. Again, we know that the number of listings is going up. So this is, again, new listings, not all the homes on the market. So I do expect that's going to increase pretty rapidly soon. Homes for sale, this is decreased 28.4%. So there are less homes on the market year over year. Again, could be very good for price stabilization. Pending sales down 45.6% year over year. This one's a little concerning. Obviously, we want to see that number rise rapidly, and it very well may. But yeah, we definitely, as homes come on the market, we want to see them absorbed. And a very interesting fact I want to talk about, my lender sent me a video email, and he was talking about forbearance. So now the laws apparently are changing. So if someone was in forbearance, they're actually able to get themselves out of forbearance. Before, they were not going to let that person buy for a year after getting out of forbearance. Now, apparently, you can still use a government loan. If you were in forbearance, you made an arrangement with your lender, and then you started making your payments for 3 months. So it went from 12 months before to 3 months now. So that's really good, because if people got a temporarily or were laid off for a short term and they're about to work and they realize they don't need forbearance, they're able to get themselves out of it. And then if they want to move to a bigger house, a smaller house, their credit is not completely destroyed, or it's not destroyed for a year. It's good to keep that velocity of money moving, and I think that is a good move by the federal government to do that. So anyway, pending sales, like I said, down 45.6% year over year. We definitely need to get that number up, and that forbearance change is more than likely going to help with that. All right, so now we see months of supply. So year over year, we're down 27%. Currently, we have 2.7 months of supply. As we've discussed in other videos, that 6 months of supply is an even even market between buyers and sellers. So we're still very, very low inventory, but we are up from last year, We were 3.7 in April and 2.6 in March. So hopefully that doesn't shift too much. We do want to keep low supply if we're going to keep our prices stable. But if supply grows, then probably more than likely prices are going to soften and head in a downward direction. I do expect that the inventory levels are going to start rising again, which is going to be good for buyers. Again, if you want to buy a house right now, just make sure your eyes are open. Make sure that you're buying it for a good reason, like maybe you're going to work at home. You know, it's then going to be a partial write-off. You know, but stay informed. Make smart decisions more than ever right now. The market is not necessarily going to be as forgiving as it was in the past 5 or 6 years. And then let me know. I'm thinking about doing a video about how to get rich in a real estate recession. Let me know if you're interested in seeing that. It's something that I wish I acquired this information a lot sooner. And I think it's really, really helpful. And whether that crash or recession happens sooner or later, it eventually is going to happen because there's always a cycle in real estate. And the nice thing about real estate is it's slower, so it's not as chaotic and hard to capture as the stock market. It's more actually about being very patient, methodical, and preparing yourself and knowing what to do and when. So hope you guys like this video. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. I'm looking forward to those. I want to answer your questions and comments. But I will see you in a week. Thanks again.